As the pigeon wants their coop, and the chicken wants their stoop, and there's croutons in my soup, and there's croutons in my soup. And the fish gets the fly, and the cookie happy help me smile. Be the one show you how and produce your child. Raising my name to the man, grab your order from the can. Glad you know him well, reminiscing on that burning in hell. Oh, and he said that you knew him dead. You know the slack in the goblin shed. As the pigeon wants their stoop, and the chickens in their coop, and there's croutons in my soup, and there's croutons in my soup. And there's croutons in my soup, and the pigeon finds its stoop, and there's croutons in my soup.
fantastic. The sound of Platypus performing for you live here on the Dexter Bentley Hello Goodbye show, Resonance FM. Yes, we turned our attention from Dr. Feelgood, who hail from Canvey, just a stone's throw to Southend-on-Sea. Not so vast a gap geographically, but perhaps rather a huge gap musically. Let's now get the lead singer, Victor von Niblet, over to a microphone.
Hello.
Now, lovely to have you here, Mr. Niblet.
Many thanks to be here.
I love a band who dress up for radio, and if the listeners would like to get an inkling as into what we've got, the spectacle in front of us, then I suggest you get on our Twitter feed at Dexter Bentley, or go on the Facebook or something, or the Instagram, and you will see some pictures of the band. Lisa was saying, when she introduced you, that in Dutch, platypus translates to mouth, bird, animal. You sort of are perhaps a band that defy description. How do you describe yourselves?
We have a hard one. We're in a musical adventure, if you will. We're fairy tales for the adult-minded.
Indeed. Now,
this and a bit of that.
If people want to come and see this fairy tale for the adult-minded, they have the opportunity to do so this coming Halloween. Rather apt evening, I would imagine.
They very do indeed. This Halloween, it will be Rigor Mortis in Southend Central. And you'll have the Mighty Platypus performing alongside a great act. We have people along the lines of General Grotesque. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of General Grotesque, but if you haven't, you should.
I've heard of him.
He's heard of him, one of them's heard of him. Knife throwing, glass walking.
Stilt walking.
Stilt walking.
Gore illusions.
Gore illusions.
Psychic surgery.
Yep, psychic surgery. You want to? Here you go. Here's a good one for you. There's a limited edition, one-off, custom-made platypus action figure of myself, of Victor von Niblet, which will be won through surgery. It will be removed from a volunteer's body.
Lovely.
And portrayed to an audience, all to the backbeat of the Mighty Platypus sound.
So there is a sort of a bigger thing going on here than just music.
Oh yes. We're more than a band. We're a show, if you will. As my colleague was saying, people chopping their fingers off with chainsaws, and God knows what else will be happening as the band plays.
So one would imagine that you're not going to be a band that are necessarily going to be playing down at the the Queen Vic on a Monday night. You're going to be doing more events than just your bog standard
more
gig.
events. So as for example, Halloween's a big giveaway one there, and there should be another one for Christmas with a twisted Santa and his little elves and so forth, and everything's an event.
Plans to venture further afield than Southend-on-Sea?
Oh yes indeed.
When will Londoners be able to get a chance to see you without trekking off on a train?
We're looking into that now.
Before Christmas, it should be before Christmas.
That's next on the line. So
next on the line. If people want to keep up to date with Platypus, I suggest you go perhaps to their Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Platypus Presents. And anything else that we should really be saying to the listeners? You've given me, very kindly, a CD here. Is that something that people can get hold of easily
They can
enough?
get hold of that if anyone wants to contact us through the link you just said.
you can get us on SoundCloud as well.
Yeah, as well as SoundCloud, on SoundCloud, Facebook, Twitter.
Also, we've got a fantastic event with the wonderful Professor Elemental coming up in Wakefield, and that's on the 13th of
November, Friday the 13th, another eerie date for you.
Chosen specifically for the eeriness of the date?
I believe
It
so.
calls for us planning, going to everything we do. So that's with Professor Elemental at the what's it called? The Unity Works up in Wakefield.
On the SoundCloud site, are there tunes downloadable for free, or is
They
it
are.
just
They
streaming?
They are.
Okay.
We're very generous to our fans, and we're more than happy to give anything away for free.
We were talking earlier on with Zoe about the history of Canvey Island with Dr. Feelgood and the music scene that was going on in the 70s. What's the music scene now like there now over near that neck of the woods? Vibrant,
Very
as you
vibrant.
guys are
Yes,
proving?
There's us.
There's also the other show. There's a lot of other big bands going down at the moment.
There's
There's a lot going on in South End, obviously. You know,
No,
we've got,
it was quiet for
Primo
many.
Nelson and
We've got the Goldmaster All Stars and Primo Nelson and
we've got Talawa coming out of there. There's a lot of exciting. Longy
picking
just
up
came out of the
Longy as well.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of
Do you see
exciting
yourselves
stuff.
following in a tradition of Thames Delta sound, or are you completely off the radar?
I'd like to think we're off the radar.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's something
actually
new,
pigeonholes.
something exciting. In musical puzzles, we're more of a band for musicians, I think, as
Right.
opposed to your general public. A little bit more choice.
Talked yourself out.
We don't have to we play for
Bye.
ourselves. For you.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure having you come in and play on the show today. Thank you so much to Platypus for putting us through our paces. Thank you also, of course, to Mark Wagner, who kicked off the live music at the top of the show. Thank you to Zoe Howe. Thank you to you, mostly, for listening to this very show. Thank you to Tom Kemp, Lisa Gertz, and Ilya Rogachevsky. And please stay tuned, as coming up next is music from the Congo with Nostalgia Yara Boca. Next Saturday, the 24th of October, live in session, Emma Tricker and Justin Patton, and also Neil and Callum McColl coming in to discuss the Ewan McColl project, which includes LP release and gigs, etc., that we discussed earlier. I think we've just about covered the whole thing. I'm actually going to play out now on a tune by Band of Holy Joy. No strangers to Resonance FM listeners. They have their own show here on a Friday night, but they have a new LP out called The Land of Holy Joy. It's out now on Stereogram Records. We're going to play the closing track, which is I'm Crass Harry. There is a chance to go and see them performing live in Brighton on the 24th of October at the Prince Albert, or here in London on December the 12th at that lovely dive bar, the Betsy Trotwood over in Farringdon. I think it just remains perhaps for Lisa to please say
hello,
and maybe Platypus to all shout out a hearty
Goodbye!
Thank you so
Awesome.
much, guys. Thank you. Thanks, Zoe. Yeah.
I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, we'll give it a little,
Yeah.
little blast, only a few seconds.
I better press the stop button now.